Craig is a Marine veteran, a former Navy SEAL, sniper and combat instructor. Craig is the owner of Tactical Insider. This is pretty cool. Brings technical advice on weapons and combat to Hollywood films and actors. Somebody needs to. Because if I hear another sound of a revolver that's really not a revolver, like, it's crazy. So thank you, Craig, for the work you're doing, right? He is also the producer of a documentary film called Contraland and the founder of Veterans for Child Rescue, the V4CR, exposing and eradicating child trafficking in the United States. I am proud and honored to know this man and to bring him to the stage. Craig Sawman Sawyer.
Well, folks, how many of you think that firearms might be important to a veteran who was a Marine Corps scout sniper and a Navy SEAL sniper and grew up with a .22 rifle that his grandfather grew up with, and I taught my children to fire a rifle with that same .22 rifle. And I've spent most of my adult life carrying rifles in defense of my nation. I've been to 60 countries around the world now, and I've seen all manner of tyranny and destruction, and I've seen what happens when people are disarmed and not allowed to defend themselves. So most people know me from TV shows like Top Shot on History Channel. Any guys see Top Shot? You see me on there? I was on every season of that. Cutting Time, Sniper Deadliest Missions, and a lot of that stuff. Well, that exposure kind of gave me the understanding that if I utilized entertainment to inform the populace about what's going on, I could empower the people and fight in a way that I never could in the military. So that's why we filmed the documentary Contraland. It's about child trafficking in the United States. Has anyone here seen Contraland by any chance? Thank you. All right, quite a few. If you haven't seen it, please go to contralandmovie.com. It is powerful. It's a little bit of a gut punch, but you need to know, and you deserve to know what's going on with that. And I bring that up because that's what the same globalist cabal who's out to attack our Constitution and take our firearms from us, that's at the child trafficking, and what these sick people do to children is their most vulnerable Achilles heel. It is that which they cannot afford for us to all understand and expose. So that's what I'm doing. I'm like a dog on a bone with that thing. But speaking of predators and prey, firearms are the great equalizer, are they not? Our daughter was abducted in Tucson and violently assaulted, and it traumatized her severely. She had just turned 18. She wasn't packing yet. She didn't have that opportunity to defend herself. She's been that way ever since, I can assure you. But what else, other than a firearm, assures that the vulnerable, whether it be the elderly or a family or a petite female, can defend themselves from a predator other than the firearm? It's there for good reason. Our founding fathers were godly men. They founded our country on godly principles. I consider our Constitution the most protective document we have. I believe it is sacred and divine in the principles in which it was crafted and the protections that it provides for us that people have, the likes of which I've seen nowhere else. So anyone that has come against our Constitution and tried to infringe upon our rights has made themselves legally and technically and morally an enemy of the American people, because they swore an oath to protect and defend the Constitution, not to attack it and tear it apart and take away our rights. Shall not be infringed is the strongest and clearest possible language. It cannot be misunderstood. It can only be subverted through deceit, omission, and censorship and manipulation of the American populace is understanding. I'll tell you this right now, folks. If you need deceit to force your agenda on the American people, your agenda is evil.
Right. Yeah.
Does anybody hear me?
Oh, yeah.
If you need deceit to force your agenda is evil. Otherwise, the people would vote for it freely. But we see the deceit, we see the manipulation, we see the news media. We live through situations, we understand what's happening locally, we see it, and then we see it how it's portrayed on the news. Exactly backwards from what we've experienced in real life. And then when we share the truth on social media, it's censored and deleted and shadow banned. Why? They need deceit to force this agenda, and they need us disarmed so that they can force the unthinkable tyranny that they have in mind upon us. And if you don't believe that it's unthinkable tyranny, read their agenda. Listen to what they say. Listen to Klaus Schwab at the World Economic Forum. Listen to what they actually say. Read what they write in their proposals, Agenda 2030. When you read what they're actually up to, you're like, my God, this can't be real. And then you'll listen to them actually say it out loud. Come on, folks. They need deceit, and we have to shatter that deceit. That's part of how do we defend ourselves. Evil does not yield to mild suggestion. It doesn't. We have to be prepared. We have to play the game in reverse. We have to drive them not only back 5 yards. Look, if you look at it as a football analogy, our enemy has taken and infringed upon our firearms rights, our Second Amendment, all the way down to where we're on like our own 5-yard line. And we're hoping, well, let's not let them get another 2 or 3 yards today. And if we can stop them right here, that's a win. No. I'm telling you, as a war fighter, what's righteous and what our Constitution says is shall not be infringed. The only thing that's acceptable is to take the ball and ram it all the way back upfield and take them all the way back to where they started from. Take back everything that they've taken from us. It's not okay. It's not legal. It's not allowed under the Constitution. Why are we sitting here and allowing it? So we have to rally, we have to coordinate, and politically get strong. God bless Sheriff Mark Lamb stepping up to run. Thank you, Jesus Christ. He will serve in good faith. I know it. I know him enough to where I believe in him. Eli Crane, I believe in him very strongly as well. We have help coming, so let's support him. Fifth generation warfare. Friends of mine, Boone Cutler and General Flynn, wrote a book about fifth generation warfare, how our enemy is overthrowing our country without firing a single shot. They're not coming with tanks, planes, and guns, folks. They're using the political process and the education system and all of our other institutions to condition our country and our populace to give up without a fight. Destabilize our populace, demoralize everyone, so that we'll give up our freedom without a fight, and then it's checkmate. That's the game. We have to know it. We have to teach each other what's going on. Read the 45 communist goals that was read before Congress before I was born in 1963. It tells you their game plan. And when you read it, you realize they've accomplished all of it by now. They're beating us, and we don't even know that we're in a war. Listen to Yuri Bezmenov's lectures on ideological subversion. How they manipulate the mind, why the messaging is the way that it is. Folks, fight back for your rights, coordinate, do it legally, do it morally, do it honorably, but do it forcefully and with moral conviction. Righteous indignation. It's time for us to push the ball all the way back upfield. Where we're sitting right now, it's not okay. We have to stand united. Divide and conquer is a well-known military strategy because it's old and it works. They've used that against us extensively. No longer must we allow them to turn us against each other. Our brothers and sisters, we are one. We all want to be free. We all want peace, freedom, liberty, health. It's the manipulation and the deceit that turns us against each other. Stop falling for it. Love your neighbor, your brother and sister. Stand united and back these people off of us. United we stand under divine principles upon which this country was founded. Amen. One USA. God bless America. Thank you.